Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. Today we are doing some cheese, but before we are doing that, there is a specific weapon that I want to get that we haven't picked up last time, so I want to do the Death-Touched Catacombs because I need a bleed weapon, a fairly good bleed weapon on top of that. So let's first of all do this right here. I don't actually need to kill the boss for that, but I might do it anyway. And here we have just some skeletons. They are fairly weak to holy damage, so I should really use the Ash of War for that. And it's fairly cheap to use, so why not, right? Oh yeah, that's going through them like butter, like going through butter with a knife. Whatever, I don't know. Man, that spell is strong against undead, I guess. I don't even know what their weakness is. Like, I know that they're weak to holy damage, but how far it's into the minus resistance? Like, is it minus 40 or minus 60 or something like that? And on top of that, I guess the weapon gets a multiplier versus undead. Nice. Alright. Is this one standing up? Probably. Oh yeah. Now, of course. Alright, let's just get in here. It's so funny that they've decided that the skeletons are rolling. Very unique compared to other video game skeletons. I mean, they've started with that in Demon Souls. It's fairly old, but it's fairly consistent in their and From Software's skeleton design that they're all rolling. I wonder if there is a story behind that, or if it's just, hey, how about the skeletons are rolling? Let's do that. That's our running gag now. Or if there is something there, or if there's a deeper meaning behind that. So let's fill up the FP bar. And yeah, why not? This is a Black Knife Assassin, but as you can see, they're already damaged. And if we have a look, the left leg, I think, is heavily damaged. They're not as strong as normal or the fit versions of the Black Knife Assassin. And they're fairly easy to beat. Assassin's Crimson Dagger is not a weapon, it's a talisman that you can equip here, and it restores HP upon landing a critical hit, which is basically a backstab, or what's the other one called? Like the riposte. Where you do your special animation. Fairly useful, but I already have a HP regen item, so, and in my opinion the Blessed Dew talisman is much better, even though it's not restoring as much HP, but HP, but it's not limited to specific moves, which makes it more versatile, I guess. So the Uchigatana, I think it needs 11 strength and 15 dexterity, yes. So I need, how much is that? 13 more dexterity. I can remove this one. Are there more that I can remove? This is for patches, not for Bog, so I can't remove that one. How many shards do I have? 4. So I guess I want to visit some merchants. Or what I could also do is I could go into the... Actually, that's a better idea. That's a much better idea. And I even have the Morning Star, so the Uchigatana might be quite useless. I wanted a weapon with bleeding, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Ash of War. No, okay, the Uchigatana was the right choice then, because I wanted to apply this one for extra bleeding. Why do I need bleeding, you ask? Because of the cheese. I want to cheese something. Yes. And for that, you want a weapon that can inflict bleed. Otherwise, you're stuck there for years, basically. Which one do I want to use? What is this one? Charge attacks. I guess this one is fine. I definitely want the HP regeneration. Or maybe the stamina regen. Or the free hit. I think I take the free hit. So I want to upgrade this weapon once. Because I think I'm guaranteed like 3 upgrades with the in this area down here. I think there are 12 great stones or 11. I don't know why I have the number 11 in my mind, but we will see. I still have 2. I still can buy more at certain merchants. I'm not going to fight Akil right now. Akil is fairly easy, so is basically every dragon. At least I never had a problem with any dragons in this game. Well, that's technically not oh my god, I can't talk. Technically not true, because if you count wyverns, like the melee ones, the ones with the sword, with the curved sword, if you count this as a dragon, then yes, I have problems with them. Again, I couldn't jump off. Ridiculous. So you don't need to write this one down, you can just jump down on the side. Basically on the side of every mine or every tunnel. And the reason why I want the Morning Star for this area is because it deals blunt damage, and the enemies in this area are weak versus blunt damage, so they're also fairly hard. So you want to use heavy attacks or two-handed attacks, or two-handed heavy attacks, I guess. But let me demonstrate. One-handed light attack, and I'm bouncing off. But now the next one, heavy attacks go through, and two-handed light attacks also go through, and two-handed heavy attacks also go through. I can't speak today. Oh, as you could see, I did the running attack, the heavy running attack, and this actually counts as a poke. This is not dealing blunt damage, this is dealing piercing damage. And this is why I dealt way less damage than with regular attacks with the rats. Ugh, rats are quite dangerous here. Especially if there's more than one. Why did I do that? I have passive regeneration. Oof. So let's see. How many? I've already found 4, I think. I had 2 when I went in here. And now I have 6. How many? Oh, lag again. I have 5 of the other ones, alright. So you wanna bring this one down and then jump off here again. Because of this area down there. I don't want to go there quite yet, because this is the way to go. I want to go the optional path first. And I don't know why I'm jumping down here. You clearly can see there's no item here, but I can't really remember where all the smithing stones are, so it's just a habit of jumping down there for me. Makes it easier to remember stuff. You can go in... Ooh. Oh man. Okay. Let me turn around, please. Thank you. Oh fuck's sake, can you hit the dog? That's quite close. So... let me get some space here. Alright. Close call there, but nothing to worry about. I really don't appreciate that certain attacks can't hit enemies because they're not aimed at the enemy. You would think that if you're locking onto an enemy, that your character's trying to hit that spot you're locking onto, right? Like, I locked onto the dog, clearly to the body of the dog, but my character would just swing over this spot. So why then bother with the locking on feature? I probably could have hit the dog when I lock onto them, I block the first attack, then I release the lock on and aim a little bit to the left, then I could have hit the dog. So just jump off here. And... no, where is it? We actually have fire arrows. Do I have a bow? Of course I do. I'm not meeting the requirements, but that shouldn't matter. You can see this one has the fire stones on his back, and when you hit them with a fire attack, they're going to instantly die, basically. They're locked in a death animation, and they will explode. And it will hurt you, and it also will hurt every enemy that is close to the explosion. So be careful when you're using fire weapons or fire attacks. Let's see if we can kill this one. Should be close enough. Alright. So right now I don't have a fire weapon and they won't explode. Pretty nice feature. I think it is fairly underutilized. I can't really remember if there is another spot in the game we can reliably do this. But I think it's, well, it's more like a gimmick really, but you certainly have some exploding barrels in some other areas. But that's not really the same thing, is it? So there's the last one, I think, and I have 11. So either I missed one or there are just 11 in here. Well, if I missed one, you can write it down into the comments, please. That would be nice. So if you're fairly under-leveled for this area, or if you're fairly low level, and you have troubles with this one, you found these items, the large glintstone scrap and the glintstone scrap in here. And I'm going to use them for this fight because they're fairly useful. I don't even know if they have scaling. I have right now 9 intelligence, so if they have scaling, aim at the highest spot you can aim at, and then just use them. Do a heavy attack, and then do a light attack. This way you can exploit them. And you can use the smaller ones, or you can just smack them once and it's done. So fairly easy if you're using the items you got in this dungeon. I don't know if I had, like, if you get 5 in here or more, or less, I mean. But it's fairly simple to use them. Kinda looks nice. Kinda like how the world looks when you're in a dungeon. How the fog effects go away. And when you go over the threshold, the fog effects start. But 9, I got 9. I had 2. Did I miss something? Did I miss a bunch? Shouldn't I have, like, more? Oh well. I can still buy them, and you will probably tell me if I've missed some. Promise me that. Quite rusty, I must say. And to be fair, it's not as easy. Yeah, there's one. Alright.
I'm afraid of.
Usually when you watch a video of someone playing this game and they're performing fairly poorly, then you might think like, oh, why are they so bad? And I thought that myself as well, but now that I'm playing, talking into a microphone, my attention is split. Usually I think, or I thought I was pretty good at multitasking like that, but apparently that was a mistake. So you can try it yourself, like play a video game and put commentary on top of what you're doing, and you will see you're probably performing a little bit worse than you would when you have, or when you're full concentrating on one thing. So I wonder, do I want to put more points right now, or do I want to delay that? I need to do more research. Right now I don't know how many or how much faith and arcane I need for, I think it's called, for the Scarlet Rot Breath. I'm not quite sure how much I need for that, so usually I want to meet that requirement and then put points into Vigor, but I might just do that, because I'm fairly uncertain now. Now, how do I want to get into Cealid? There are 2 ways. Going through the crystal tunnel and then ending up in Cealid. There's certainly something that I want, so I definitely want to get trapped. But there is also something else. And that's not the quickest way. So where am I right now? I'm here. I want to go and meet Yura, starting another quest line. And this is always, like, the early game is fairly busy, right? Like, there are so many NPCs you can start to talk with, start the quest line. It's not necessarily mandatory to talk to everyone
You must be
at the beginning, but
You do well to steer clear of a Gill Lake fledgling. A dragon roosts there, and it's as fearsome as it is majestic. So, unless you're mad or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake.
what do you need to do to get a raspy voice like that? Holy shit. Do you need to be a chain smoker for that? I don't know. So I now lost my train of thought. Great.
Don't be a fool. Turn back before it's too late.
Well, I will for now, but there's a set of grace here, close to this area, that I want to activate. And then I want to get trapped, I think. I think it's time to get trapped. Do I clear the ruins now? I probably should do this. And holy shit, I can remember my first time playing this game. Like, I was so bad in memorizing the layout of certain things. And this was fairly hard to find, even though it's quite obvious, to be honest. Like the room with the twin blade, it's just this building. You have to jump over these lowered wall parts. But there are quite a few things that you can grab here. Nothing necessarily good, but well, I think there's a stone sword key somewhere in the tower part. So this is something that I definitely want to grab. Even if it's not a stone sword key, it is nice. I'm not misremembering stuff, that is... I'm happy about that. It's so easy to misremember stuff and then you're getting surprised by the fact that it's not the item you were expecting. But it kind of feels like they... because this is the first area, probably the first area they designed, right? Like Stormvale Castle, this area here. It feels a little bit more detailed than the other areas. And by that I don't mean that other areas aren't as detailed in looks, but it kind of feels like they put more effort into this area. Like more, not necessarily complicated effort, but or complicated things, but there's definitely a lot going on here. I compare this area to Cealid, which is, well, a fairly bad comparison because, well, Cealid got destroyed, it's a wasteland. But, come on, jump over there. But you have even here, like the normal hollows, they're chanting Arkeal, like, because this is the Arkeal Lake. And it's these minor details that I mean. You also have, like, I think this is the most amount of NPCs in one area. Let's see how many you can find here. I'm probably missing some, but there's the finger reader, and we have, what's her name? Heartbroken Maiden. Didn't she tell us her name? Well, So with Roderica 2, Bernal 3, Alexander 4, D 5. Then let's go down a little bit. There's Patches and Bog in this area. Melina technically. You have Kale, which is like, I'm not counting every merchant, but Kale is, well, the first merchant, and he's a named merchant, so it's a bit more important. Then you have Vare, and by the way, I'm not counting anymore. Come on, remove it. You have Yura, you have what's her name here, the sorcery teacher. You have Blythe, you have Kennethite. And that's quite a lot of NPCs you can talk to here. Like, compared to other areas, that's just... like, Weeping Peninsula, how many characters does the Weeping Peninsula have? Like, 2? Are there 2 named NPCs, like Irina and her father? Isn't that all? Well, you could argue that the Weeping Peninsula is a part of Limgrave, but... if that's the case, then Limgrave even has has even more NPCs compared to every other area. And of course, in Cast Stormvale, you even have more NPCs you can talk to. Like in Cast Stormvale, you have in the beginning Gustok or whatever, however you pronounce his name, like Guston or whatever. You have Nefeli Lu, you have... isn't that all? No, you have Roger, of course. So let's get trapped here. So I want to see if Assassin's Approach is working in this area, because so far Assassin's Approach didn't work all that much. Like, but I guess it's not supposed to make me invisible or something. It's just muffling the voice or like the sound I'm emitting, so they will still see me. I just want to get out of here. Not even picking up stuff, but... oh yeah, this one saw me. Now you can still turn around and block with your shield, so... but the one on the roof didn't see me. Ooh. Lucky that I was in an animation over there. Well, not really lucky. I guess I have my shield up. I now feel that I over-prepared. But you can really never over-prepare for something. It's always funny when you over-prepare and then you notice that it's like a pushover and you're disappointed in the fact that the thing you are over-preparing, or you were over-preparing for, was so easy then. So what I want here is the Rot Dog Spirit Ashes. And they're here. The Rotten Stray Ashes. And then you get your invitation to the Round Table Hold at this side of Grace. I'm not really sure which are the...
Forgive me. I've been
yes.
testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you. If you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace. Very
Sure.
well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Let my hand rest upon you, and my hand is on top. Excuse me? That's not how it works. So in a previous video, in a explanation video, or whatever you want to call these videos that I'm making, that is not this playthrough, I was talking about quest lines and NPCs. And I was talking about the fact that the behavior of NPCs is not really existing, right? They're just standing here, and this is what I mean by that. Like, if you haven't watched the video, then go and watch it. Would help me out, to be honest. Maybe leave a like, leave a comment. And second of all, one of the things I was talking about was like that NPCs feel sterile, and they're like, because they're not interacting with the environment and with each other at all. And this is what I mean. You first arrive at the round table hold at this position here, and how many NPCs are in this room? You can see Sir Gideon Ofnir standing in a very strange pose. Like, I don't want to know how much weight his right arm is lifting right now. Probably not all that much, but he is like, look at this. Like, is he trying to do the Michael Jackson move? Is he learning that move where he leans forward without falling off? Then we have Corin standing here doing absolutely nothing. Dee is sitting here doing absolutely nothing. And Dialos is standing here doing absolutely nothing. And you would imagine that if you arrive at a place where there are multiple NPCs in one spot, you would think that they would do something. And how I imagine this to work would be like Sir Gideon Ofnir is sitting at this desk maybe and writing something down. Right? Like, he's writing something down, something that he discovered, or I don't know what he's writing down. Then we have Corin doing something with incantations, or so I don't really know what he would do with the blindfold and this stupid looking wheel around his neck. Or maybe he's praying or something, I don't know. And these two dudes would just talk to each other. Or maybe Dee's mumbling to himself and Dialos is pacing up and down because, I don't know, he looks like the person who would pace up and down and do nothing in the end. And then you would arrive at the spot right here, right? You come out of the ground, like you would summon right now, like you're getting summoned to this place. Usually, if you summon someone, they come out of the ground with this animation, right? And you do the same animation because you're arriving here. You're being summoned to the round table hold, or teleported, transported here. And then, like, Corin would stop praying and would face in your direction. Same thing with Dee and Dialos. They would stop talking, or they would stop pacing around and doing stuff, and they would look in your direction. And then Sir Gideon Ofnir would just, like, he would still write down something, because he's Sir Gideon Ofnir. He doesn't care about you, right? So, wouldn't that be better than this that we have right now? Like, From Software is always fairly lazy with their NPCs. And with lazy, I don't mean that they're lazy with the dialogue, with the story behind them, but with their interactions with the world, right? Like, do you see NPCs do something actively in the world? For the most time, no. They're usually just standing there waiting for you to talk to them to trigger their next dialogue or the next threshold until they move to the next quest location and whatnot. Or if they've killed or fought someone or something, then you would meet them when it's over, when there is no action left. later on in the playthrough there's the example with Fia killing D, and you're not seeing how she kills him, you're seeing the aftermath basically, and this is something that I would like to see in the next installment, like Elden Ring 2 or some different IP they're starting off with, that they would improve NPC interactions with the world. But enough of that. Let's talk to them.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new Tarnished made their way to the round table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard. Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the round table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
Every time he says that, I am remembering, I see the Filthy Frank meme in front of me, like the know your place trash.
There's nothing left to say. Be at your leisure.
Sir Gideon is the type of guy who would say that. A little bit more sophisticated, but basically exactly that. And he basically did, right?
Ah, hello. You must be new here.
No, I just arrived for the first time.
Just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
Sure.
Be sure to tell me if you meet a young woman named Lanya. She's a servant to my house. She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to find her like this. Honestly, she's such a little tomboy.
This is kind of weird, like they're all of them are tarnished, right? Well, Sir Gideon is definitely, but the rest I don't know about. Usually you can look into their eyes, and if the eyes are yellow then they're not tarnished, but this one seems to have normal eyes. Yeah, they must be. I guess they're all tarnished here, right? Like, Sir Gideon Ofnir definitely, because we have seen him in the introductory cutscene. But the other ones have, these two have their eyes covered, so you can't actually see that. But when you look at Dialos, you can definitely see that. Let's talk to D.
We meet again. I'm glad you took my warning to heart. Those who live in death should be left well alone. All the more should you spy a mariner among their number.
Oh.
Well, well. Another fool who won't listen to reason, eh? But with a prowess for weeding Deathroot. How would you like to earn the strength of beasts? If you're inclined to haunt more of those who live in death and weed their Deathroot, then I'll introduce you to Garank, the beast clergyman. I have a matter of my own to attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you? Very well. Show me your map. I've marked the location for you, of a hidden gateway. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman.
That breath he was taking is very weird. Like, is he nervous, or... like, because it seemed like he was hesitating marking the spot, or when he said show your map he took a deep breath, really. That was kind of weird.
Oh, I see you've just arrived.
Yeah, you see,
Welcome
basically.
to the Round Table Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a Tarnished of the Round Table Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace. You do? Wonderful news. Most tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the two fingers?
Sure. I'm taking here, I guess. I have no need for the fire ones. I'm not here to deal damage with incantations. Well, that's not true. I'm definitely using here to damage certain enemies. Write down in the comments if you know what I mean by that. Because there are some enemies in this game that take very heavy damage from healing incantations. And I will use that. Isn't that supposed to be closed? Eh? Oh well. Give me the gesture. Already, isn't that supposed to be closed? Did I do something wrong? Is it bugged?
What do you need? I have little time to spare. Oh, are you aggrieved at the notion you are but a visitant here? Then you would do well to remember the first words of grace given to you. Stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. If those words held any meaning to you, follow the guidance of grace. Lay low the shard bearers and claim for yourself a great rune. Do so, and the doors to the round table's inner chamber will open, and you will receive the wisdom of the two fingers.
What about that?
Once the wisdom of as a true member,
Yeah, okay.
Sicklies, namby-pamby, tarnished Dingus, no more than a shelter from the rain.
Namby-pamby.
We've spoken, look.
Alright. Sorry for skipping through there, but... about that, what he said, like the first words, like... We never received the first words because they've actually cut them out of the start of the game. I'm pretty sure that the first time when, well, not the first time, but when you start playing the game, when you start your playthrough, that you're supposed to hear or being talked to by, what's his name, Godfrey, I think, and they've cut that part out. I don't want to use that now. I thought there was a chest here that was not behind that fork wall. I'm not talking to Fear right now. Excuse me, not right now, but... Well, I don't want to kill that invader quite yet. He is quite tough. So... Yeah, what I'm doing right now is the cheese, I think. I'm starting the cheese now. Because I can already see, like, it's 44 minutes into the recording. I'm quite slow, but that doesn't matter. I'm not going to fight that Mariner right now. No reason to, really. Or maybe I do have a reason to, but I'm not talking to Garang right now. So I don't have any use for the death root right now. And I was surprised that D was giving me that introduction already, but of course we've done the catacombs before. I'm on purpose not going into that church right now because I don't want to get invaded. That invasion is... well, you can cheese the invasion. They're susceptible to a little bit of cheese. I've noticed that jumping attacks are quite effective versus NPC invaders, but that's not foolproof, and I'm not, like, I don't know, I'm trying not to die. I'm trying to die as little as possible, of course. I'm trying to play as safe as possible, maybe not as safe as possible, but I'm trying to play fairly safe. So what I'm trying to do now is, well, I'm not trying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to fight that dragon. I'm not doing this camp quite yet. I'm not exploring Cealid. I'm merely activating some graces here, and I want to do, well, I want to, in the best case, I want to kill 2 dragons today, or in this episode. I will definitely skip the first dragon. Like, I'm not letting you, I'm not forcing you to sit through the whole fight, because it's basically just standing around and hitting it. The big cheese, I mean, right now, in the dragon barrow. I will definitely fast forward it or cut it out completely. But the second dragon is probably interesting, because I might die there. I haven't done that fight in a fairly long time, and I'm quite rusty. So I might fail there, but I guess that's fine. But basically, when you're fighting dragons in the early game, especially dragons that you have no business fighting at that level, or at that upgrade level, can jump down here, right? Yeah, nice. Then you might want to use bleed weapons, because that is basically your only damage source, the bleed proc, because I think it's percentage based, like health percentage based. Is that minor dragon following me? I always that doubt, but I'm talking about this dragon cheese here. Like, here we have, I don't know, whatever the name is. I'm always forgetting their name, because, well, it's the biggest dragon you can fight, but it's also the easiest dragon you can fight. I'm even hesitant at calling this a fight, because it's not a fight, it's a slaughter, basically. It's just a slaughter. So for that, actually, I'm going to change my flask. To the stamina recovery. Let's see. I haven't picked up the turtle one. I could have picked that up on the way here, but I chose not to. What you can basically do is you can go to this area and just hit away. Just constantly do this. And at some point, now I'm drinking the flask to increase the stamina regeneration. At some point you can see I dealt 13,000 damage, and you will hear the minor dragons stomping around, but they won't reach you. They're not getting to you. They don't even know you're here, I guess. And I'm not even sure if you would aggro that one that is on the other side of this wall. I'm not even sure if this one would come around. But I'm not willing to try, so I think I'm cutting from here on out. Alright, the dragon is now close to death. Oh, now the buff is gone. That was strange. Did the buff increase my HP there? Did I see that correctly? I wasn't aware of that. I want to check that out later on. Oh, it's finally dead. Holy shit. I could have... No, that's the wrong one. Oh, shit. That's the wrong one. If you want to min-max that thing, then you should. I should have used a silver foul foot thingy there. That's... What did I know? Gold is for items, right? No, that was correct. I did it correctly, I think. That's so confusing, because in previous games gold was for item find chance, and now gold is for runes, because runes are gold, and now silver is for items. They just flipped it around, but... Did it increase my maximum HP? I have 476 right now. Oh no, it was just my... was just the stamina bar, to be expected, alright. I thought I saw the other one as well. So, again, I have no idea... Okay. I have no idea how much... I definitely need that many. Maybe 15? Is it 15? 11? Why do I have 11 in my head with that? I know it's 15, 17 for the weapon that I want to use, and then later on more intelligence. You know what, I'm just pumping like a few more points into vigor, and I'm keeping like a... How much do I need? 7,400. Just a small buffer in there. Oops. After this episode is done, I need to have a look at... No, no, not Dragon Barrow. After I'm done with this episode, I need to look how many stats I need into the magic thingies. Into the magic stats. Let's see. Oh, there's one. Woo! There's another one. Is there something interesting in the cellar? I honestly don't know, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, I guess. All right. Now, at the upcoming fight, I might just die a few times. If I die a few times, I will definitely do it. Like killing the Scarlet Rot Dragon, but if I'm dying too many times, I'm cutting out a few tries just to not waste your time. Because at least for me, that's the least interesting part watching a playthrough, is seeing someone die all over again and making no progress. That is something that I personally don't like watching. I mean, I'd like to see the first and the last try, like the first loss and then the final win, so to speak, but the in-between I don't want to see, to be honest. But it might be just me. There are probably enough people that like to see someone fail all over again. I don't feel that's interesting. So what I will definitely do here is... Nope. I will switch back to the shield. I'm not summoning my spirits because I want his attention. And I'm fighting purely on horseback here. Alright. When he stomps, he releases a little bit of Scarlet Rot, so don't stand too close to him. Oh, this was this attack. Oops. What is he doing now? Come on. Don't glitch around. Do something that I can work with. Like this. That's good. Come on. Smack the head. Because the head takes more damage, but of course other body parts are... What is he doing? He's not active enough. Oh. This is releasing a small cloud. Alright, he's doing the breath from left to right. I can punish that. You're safe behind the wings. Is this the move? Yes? Yeah, okay. That's the move that is one of the moves you want to be careful with, because that can backfire. When he does the Scarlet Rot breath in a direction, or in your direction, you basically wanna always dodge to the left side while advancing towards him. Come on, do something. You usually don't want to stand behind him. He will soon despawn, I think, and reposition. Actually, no. He's standing at his spot right now. At his spawn point. I'm pretty sure you can also try and hit his head when he's doing that, but that's too risky for me right now. I'm playing it safe here. Oh. Alright. I'm always missing this move, like I'm thinking it's a different move. Alright. Ooh, my tear is gone. Unfortunate. Oh no, that was his bite. This is the move that I want, that I need to be careful of, because this actually has a fairly big range. It will not instantly rot you, but its range is bigger than it looks, or no, it's actually smaller than it looks, but come on down there. What is he doing? I need to get him down there. I don't want to fight up there. Yeah, nice. Is he now stomping in the air? Oh, he's not. Interesting. Oh. Okay. Okay, Scream. I think I got it now. Like, I like to, or what I'm mixing up is his Scream with the one where he does his AoE, like his missed. Unlucky. I'm always, like, when he screams and emits the very, very small cloud, I sometimes, or I always think that this is the dangerous one, the big AoE, but it's not. Oh, that's the tail swipe, okay. I can jump over that, but... Oh. Small cloud. Ooh. Claw swipe. Or wing swipe, whatever. Well, the wing has a claw, so... This is the dangerous one. When is the cloud going away? Alright. I wonder why he's attacking with his left side when I'm standing on his right wing. It seems to be a little bit counterintuitive to me. Can he only attack with his left side? Yeah, buddy, that's not going to hit. Alright. And I don't know how this attack is supposed to hit. I think it's supposed to hit with his claws, right? Like with his actual claws, like the feet claws. Not his wing claw. Oh. Charge. Can only do this because he has a horn on his nose. So as you can see, he has quite a lot of bleed resistance right now because I've bled him quite a few times now. If you didn't know, they're getting more and more resistant to certain status effects. Oh. Oh, that was dangerous. I wasn't noticing that. I was noticing that quite a bit late, at least for my liking. What are you doing? Ooh. Nice. Alright. Another dragon heart. Thank you for that. So, I need to be careful here because there is a... What are they called? Banished Knight here. That is coming from the doorway. You don't want to meet them unprepared. So, at least I can have a look now at how many or how much I need for that. It's just 12 arcane. Just 3 more points. That's nice. I wish you could see how your character would eat that hard. Sadly, that's not the case. Alright, that's pretty good. Pretty good progress so far. And this just needs one. So I think I'm still using Assassin's Approach. And 12 in here. And then technically I could try to kill that other boss. But I'm pretty sure, like I'm very sure I would fail at that, so let's not do that quite yet. But at least I have now the tool for that. Let's see. Nice, I can get the second breath out. I have an... Oh! I triggered that Banished Knight there. But I can certainly get that Set of Grace now. Alright, that was pretty good, to be honest. I'm proud of myself. The first time, the first time I was trying that with a, what's it called? With a low level character, I failed the first time with that. And I wasn't quite sure if I could do it this time for the first time, but I really like the helm. Oops, give it to me. I don't need that. I really like that helm. I will use it at some point. So I'm already preparing myself for the upcoming boss fight. And this is the side of grace that I need for that. And if you don't know what I mean, we need to make it nighttime. And I think I'm going to clear this area out. And I might do it right now. And with clearing it out, I mean getting rid of this thing. And the other one. Well, there are two at the same time. That is annoying. Two at once. Can I backstab them? Whoa, 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 this one is dangerous when it's, I don't know, getting triggered. Stop dodging my attacks, please. I can, nice. Alright, how many of them are there? Is that it? There's a normal marionette, but over there is the enemy that I was talking about. The enemy that you can cheese and that is susceptible to Scarlet Rot. Let's see. He's turning around. So yeah, keep an eye on him. I'm pretty sure you can't sleep them. What do I need for sleep? I could craft 6 in total. I can use these. Don't sense me here. Alright, he's turning around. I definitely need to get the first strike on him. Should be close enough. Alright. That was bad. That was a bad attempt at rotting him. Alright, this attempt definitely failed. So, how far can I drag him to the side of grace? I want to know that. Woo. Yeah, that's the move that I like to. Alright, up to this spot. Okay, good to know. But I don't have any more. Oh, I need to reset. Where's the side of grey? Over there. Alright. Okay. That didn't work. Let's allocate them this. I think that's a bit excessive, but think the marionettes can ignore them, I guess. I hope. I'm trying now to get access to that skull over there, because he should have difficulties reaching a certain spot at this location. Maybe. But now the troll is throwing shit at me. That's not good. Oh, this one is reaching me. Yeah. That is reaching me. Please don't move. Just take it. That's not enough. Huh. Alright then. Oh. Unlucky. Woo. Sorry, Torrent. Oh, now there's a marionette there. Let's switch to that. Alright. Well, technically you can cheese them like that, and I'm not feeling bad about that at all. This is definitely my least favorite enemy to fight, my least favorite boss type to fight. I even like fighting... what are they called? I even like fighting the ulcerated tree spirits more than fighting this abomination over there. So my plan is now, when the Scarlet Rod is gone, I still have 3 casts left. I'm going back to that skull, trying to get his attention up to a certain spot. And then I probably need 3 more casts. 3 more casts now. Because he should be more resistant to Scarlet Rot now. Let me actually remove that flask so I can switch. Excuse me. So that I can switch better. Okay, seems to not bugged. Doing that, dodging to the side. Might be my tomb in here. Alright. First cast. As long as no one interrupts me. Second. Don't interrupt me. Nice. Oof. Ooh. Yeah, I'm getting stuck at every bit of plantation here. Alright. Excuse me. Don't do that, please. Alright. That should be the deaf right bird. Technically the third bird that I could have encountered now. The first deaf right bird, but definitely it's dead. Nice. That worked well. Oh, there's an item. And that is the weapon that I wanted to get, the Death's Poker. Pretty ugly looking, and let's have a look at the stats. 11, okay, it was 11. Where's the Site of Grace over there? Alright. And where is it? Level up. 2 more points. That worked perfectly fine. Nice. Nice. That is quite happy. because it has the Ghost Flame Ignition, and there are 2 types of ashes, or 2 different attacks that you can do, and they are extremely strong in PvE. In PvP, not that much. They certainly have their place, but, well, the last time I've played PvP, greatswords weren't that good. Like, not good at all, is what I mean by that. So, technically, we could cheese and kill and abuse the hell out of Morgoth now with our newfound strength. And let's actually do that. Because I want to show you how utterly hard you can destroy Morgoth now. With just a little bit of preparation. Just a tiny bit. I'm not over prepared or anything like that, right? This is not over preparation, is it? So, but this is what's fun about this game and these Souls games in general. But I guess because this is an open world game now, you can abuse that much more in this game than in previous games without actually glitching, because, well, while killing the big dragon was technically an exploit, well, technically not, but, well, it's up to you if you call that an exploit or not. But I didn't need to glitch around or anything. I would call that pure skill. What happened in this episode? That was pure skill. Well, Ezekiel, or whatever his name was, for the Rotten Breath, that was skill. The rest was knowledge. I would call it knowledge. Ooh. Actually... yeah, you wanna follow me? Next one? No? Come on, I want to do the Dragon Breath, but I can't do it while... yeah. Man, this is so fun. This weapon is awesome. Nice, I got my flask. Ah, you can live. I'm merciful, you know. Man, I can... how much? Yes. Oh no, that... was that... were these... oh no, it was the right buttons, okay. Yes. Did I talk to him before? Isn't he usually introducing himself or something like that? Oh well, who cares? I'm powerful right now. I don't need to talk to anyone. Until I'm not so powerful anymore. But let's abuse everything more, because, well, I have a powerful weapon. I have a powerful Scarlet Rod. But I can make this fight even easier. Because I can summon a meat shield, and if you don't want to fight, or if you don't want to use Rot Breath or Rotten Breath right now, then you still have the Rotten Stray Ashes. Or maybe you have Rot Grease from somewhere. But if you want to use this dog over here, you can summon Roger, activate that thing. This is really the maximum that you can... oh well, there's probably more you could do, but I think this is already fairly excessive. So let's just use everything against a pretty good boss fight.
In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
How am I supposed to hear that from so far away? He's just talking normally right now. You can see he's standing on that tower over there. Whew. I wouldn't be surprised if the bridge would now be destroyed after this jump. Sadly, there's Clipping with the cloth in his arm. And you can even block the attacks. You don't even need to dodge them. You can easily block them. Now get Roger to take the aggro, just for a little bit. Just for no. Excuse me, where's my... There, let's put it in here. Because, well, I need more protection, right? I need far more protection. And, of course, if you only have the dog, you might wanna... You have to gamble a little bit, because sometimes the dog will just die. Let's see if the dog actually manages to rot him. Without me using Rotten Breath. Without me using anything, to be honest, like... Oh yeah! Alright, you basically just need to survive now. Morgott is already dead. Or Margit, sorry. He's already dead. Now let's use this one. Oh, now he takes more damage. Isn't that great? Yeah, warrior blood, more like red blood. Because this is red. Well, he's not even dodging that. Because of the crystality, I can even block his holy attacks there. I can just wait. You don't even need to attack him. Ooh, oh no. Oh no. You can just block everything. Here you can take the shield in two hands and then wait. Whoops. This is the power of over-preparating.
Smoldering with thy meager flame. Cower in fear of the night. The hands of the fell omen shall brook thee no quarter.
I really like his dialogue. He's a fairly well-written character. And I think it's kind of sad that the quest line surrounding him has been cut. And if you don't know what quest line I mean, I think you can see it at a few. I'm not quite sure at which channel I've seen it. But it's fairly easy to find out, like cut content, quest line. What's it called? What's the city called? And the capital thingy there. There you have this one quest line with this NPC because, well, the citizens of... Actually, what is it called? What is the city called up here? I'm blanking out right now. Holy shit, I'm blanking out so hard. Because the citizens don't know how Morgott looks like, because Morgott is the king of that city and Margit is his agent name, basically. Like Margit, Morgott, the same person, but there's a quest line surrounding or exploring the ideology of the people of the Lands Between a little bit more, and where they find out that Morgoth is a omen, and then they're like just talking bad about them and stuff like this. Kind of wish this questline would have is still in the game, because that would flesh out the story of the whole world, of the game world a little bit better. But well, there are probably reasons for cutting out stuff. So now that this character is set, like, I think this was enough preparation. Maybe fairly excessive preparation, but I had fun going through Cealid, and I think that's the important part. I hope you had fun in this episode as well. I hope you've learned maybe something. I think the trick with the dragon is fairly well known by now. The money dragon, basically the rune dragon over here at Fort Feroth. Everyone can do this. I think you can even do it like kill the dragon with a flail, even if you don't have the dexterity requirements. If you don't have 18 dexterity, you can still use the Ash of War and just hold down the button, and this will hit the dragon, and it will apply the blood loss build-up effect, even though you're not meeting the requirements, and even though you don't have any FP. That's the important part. You can still do this while being at 0 FP. As you can see, spinning chain right now is grayed out, like it won't deal any damage, but you can still spin the chain, which means you can do this until the dragon is dead. It will take a while, but well. And the flail you can get from this camp here, from the gate front ruins at the eastern chest wagon thingy. Fairly easy to acquire. Oh, and I got the second slot now, so why not this one? More HP. I'm not critting that much. Oh, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So I think that's the episode. That is episode 3. I hope you've learned something, and I hope I can, or I hope you will see the next episode then. That's it from me. Goodbye.